a poem recitation on our dearly beloved country for her birthday. When a seed is planted into the soil, it goes deep into the darkness. But even in that darkness, it still extracts its nutrients. But what makes that seed is the fertilizer, the sunlight, and the water that is added to it that makes it become a big and beautiful plant that develops into a tree. That fertilizer, water, and sunlight is me and you Nigerians. We need to know that even if we go everywhere, we disperse, we go into different places of the world, a wise woman once told me, we will all return home. We just go out to gather our fertilizer and water as knowledge that we use to build our own people and our country. As our father just told us, the person or whatever goes through more battles, it shows that the thing carries something. So we should all know and not condemn our nation, but know that this is our generation and our future. This is a world that is a part of the world, but also in its own world. The land that is not a farmer, a lawyer, a politician, an engineer, a king, or a businessman, but the land that is a mother. Holding her 54 children with an adopted son at her side called Madagascar, left behind in the dust and thought to have died. Though her children's children made her cry, still she thrived to live and not die. Though these children make her small, dear Mother Africa still stands tall. With a chewing stick in her mouth and a cane in her hand, her wrapper on her chest as she looks at her children, shaking up fruit of fruit in her land, she still holds all her children as the pecking hen, but nevertheless protects their fur like the tigress. With her cutlass in her hand and basket in her head, a crying child on her back that makes her walk slow as she tends. Her daughter looks at the others that have left her behind, but still fixed eyes on where she's going. Her daughter Nigeria, the young ones she fixed injuries for, are now running, and still she holds her smile, and her children she will mind. As she sees her own children in their walk at bay, she sees all they do, the good, the bad, but nothing she will say, but work and pray and live for a new day. The children of her womb that she suffered for, the children of her womb that the nationalists before the 1960s shouted and shouted till they had to drink hot water and put a boniki on their nose for them to continue their journey the next day today, are what make her cry. And not as she would, but she knows of the coming of so much more. As her over 54 sisters grow in the land of their Mother Africa and place, she continues to hold their hand even in their space. Some of her children grow, some stay, some lost in the way. With her seats on the farm, she watches her children's lands. Some plant so good, some still in wait, some stagnant in growth, while some with greater demand. But still she smiles and watches as she works. The mystery of her children is in box. Her beauty hidden by the pain, tears, and worry. But still she smiles strong and proudly, looking at her growing children and the ones that left her behind. The ones she dropped money and gave fruit. The ones she exported agriculture to. As I've run past her. The freedom of her children and peace is all she does mind. The work she has done and her long run, and her back is so bent. Let's make her stand straight again, as her wounds we mend, and we clear the dents. Let's make Nigeria great again. Thank you.